everybody. Y'all may notice behind me a little bit more has happened since I've had the camera turned on. I've been kind of tinkering on it. I just wasn't really filming at the time. I was just working. I got a rain out day the other day and I had it in my garage, so I just figured, well, I'll just go ahead and shoot it, or I figured I would just go ahead and work on it. But problem is, I can't really film very good in the garage right now. I don't have real good lights in there, so you know, I was more just kind of working, trying to get stuff done. But anyway, guess we can go over what all I've gotten done on it and show you what all else that I've got to do. Alright, first off, I have got all of the front all reinforced. I've got, you know, triangles made out here to make it stronger. Also, you may notice that is not the same wheel that was on it before. That is the front wheel from the scooter. So, it will fit on there. I had to extend the axle a little bit. And it does have disc brakes on it. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to mount a plate coming out here to bolt the caliper onto. And I will have to do that on both sides. This one still has the four-wheeler tire on it, but it will at least give me a way to try it out. I also stuck me another piece of a bus seat. I cut it in half, put part of it right here, welded the steering shaft to it, and I actually used the original mechanism for the four-wheeler steering, but I'm gonna end up cutting off right here and right there so I can have a tighter turning circle, because right now it doesn't turn real tight. I've tried it with a pair of vice grips on here. I actually kind of tried riding it a little bit, but it's kind of difficult with trying to use a hand throttle and steer it with vice grips and try to use the brakes the way that I've got them here. But anyway, I got the dash, of course, welded in so it can hold the steering shaft. I also took another bus seat. Get a better angle of it here. I took another bus seat to make the part that comes up so it goes over higher than your head, so that you have you know, something over your head. That way when I build the actual roof, I can bring it up like this, and I can actually have a roof over top of your head. That way you can actually ride it raining, cold, whatever. Also, this is temporary to hold the gas tank in, because I want to try to do a test ride, but I need it to have gasoline in it, and I'm not sure exactly what all else I'm going to do to the frame first. But alright, something else I got for it. I have a steering wheel. This is for a go-kart. I got it off Amazon, and I think it will look okay on it. Now, in order to mount it, it has 3 holes here. So I got a floor flange. This hole actually kind of just fits right in there like that. So I should be able to stick it in there like that, weld that on all the way around straight, and then put the steering wheel on it. This should weld. I think it's just galvanized steel. Pretty sure. I'm going to try it and find out. But alright. Okay, I guess first thing we need to put this on there. Okay, so there is the steering wheel on, and you can see the wheels move. They don't move super easy, but they move. What I did, drilled out the flange. I had to cut a little bit of the bolts off to get them to lay flat against the pipe, but it'll do it. Now, just got to rig up some kind of rudimentary controls just to try it out. Okay, so we have steering wheel mounted, got the dash mounted. The only thing really working on it right now is the temperature gauge, because here's a fuel gauge sending unit plug and it's not plugged in. But I have temporarily welded the brake master cylinder for the back wheel on. I welded a piece of pipe on there temporarily. I can grind that back off later, and we'll have foot controls, of course. But I did the same thing over there, and I put the throttle on it. It's backwards, but it'll work. So why don't we do a little test drive? See how it does.
Going right now?
Yeah. Not too bad. Alright. Contact. About since they called the Polaris one a slingshot, maybe I'll call this a trebuchet. I don't know. Anyway, I was kind of worried about that engine with this much frame. That's why I made a one-seater. I was afraid that it wouldn't carry two people. I think it would have had no problem with two people. It's got plenty of power, more than what it needs. I think I need some rear wheel bearings though, because the back wheel flops around a little bit and you can feel it once you get going pretty fast. But other than that, I like it. It is fun to ride because it's different. It's completely different, you know. For right now, you've got to drive it with the hand throttle, which I've been laying my leg on it as kind of a cruise control. And you gotta use a hand brake, so it will have foot controls eventually, but for right now that's what it is. I think it's turning out okay. a whole lot more to do to it, but it's getting there. Anyway, I guess that's probably going to about do it for this little video. Got to take a ride on it and enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody watching. See y'all on the next one.